Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. Vince Lombardi. So many of you have asked me, Brendan, how do you prepare for your keynotes and your presentations? What's the secret sauce, the behind the scenes look? And in this week's episode of MasterTalk, I'm going to teach you exactly how to craft a perfect presentation. Hi everyone, Brendan here from MasterTalk on your go-to channel to mastering your talk. And today, we're talking presentation structure. So let's jump right into it. Number one, write a very clear set of learnings and key outcomes. Before I start any presentation, the first step is to take 30 to 45 minutes to just reflect on what do I want my audience to take away from this message and this presentation. And the reason this is so key is if we do not begin with key outcomes, the whole presentation will become a mess. Why is that? Because there's a very big difference when teaching a class if your key idea is teach advanced speakers how to become world-class versus convince a beginner that they can be a great communicator in the first place. Notice how those key outcomes change the presentation as a whole. Because if they're more advanced, I'll yell at them a little bit more. I'll say, hey, you need to get your things together in order. You've already been practicing, and now it's time to 10x that. But if they're a beginner, it's more around my personal story. Hey, I have a physical disability in my left arm. I grew up speaking a language I didn't know. I studied accounting of all things. If I could be a great speaker, so can you. So notice how those key outcomes change the way that we present. The other piece to key outcomes is audience reaction. Whenever you deliver an idea in a presentation, you also need to reflect on, what is my audience thinking and reacting to my message? So for example, if I tell you my personal story about how much I struggle with communication, I'm not just writing that down and presenting it. I'm also thinking about from the audience's perspective where they go, I relate to this guy. Wow, I didn't know Brendan had these challenges growing up as a kid, so I'm more empathetic towards him, and I now believe that it's possible for my life. And that's what you want to do. Don't just write out the key outcomes, you also want to write out, how do I want my audience to react to every part of my message? Number two, brainstorm with a group of high achievers that want to see you win. This is one of my best kept secrets whenever I prepare a presentation or a keynote, is I never do it alone. I always get my audience's input. So as soon as I'm done a keynote, what I'll do is I'll either present it or record it and send it to 25 of my friends if the presentation really matters. I remember a few years ago, I was competing in a speech competition. I literally sent my video to 20 different people to get their feedback. And they would send me emails of everything they thought was wrong with the speech. And it was through that feedback that I was able to get great ideas. But there's also another piece to that, which is very fun. Just get pizza with your friends. Go out with them, hang out with them, and make it a conversation. Even when I started this YouTube channel, it wasn't, okay, let me just sit down and make videos. It was so much more than that. I would take out my friends out for dumplings, and we would sit down for 5 to 6 hours straight and just brainstorm ideas, where one friend would say, Brendan, why don't you make a video called How to Present in a Second Language? And I would say, I probably should have thought of that one. And then another friend goes, hey, Brendan, why don't you break down speakers on how they communicate ideas so it'll be much more interesting for people to see what the best in the world are doing? And I go, wow, I should have thought of that too. So you'll notice a lot of my great ideas aren't actually coming from me. They're coming from the long dinner conversations that I'm having with the closest people in my network. So leverage the same technique for your keynote, for your presentation. Get your friends and get their input on how to make your presentation that much better. Number three, make your presentations bulletproof by inviting the best people in your network to them. This is my favorite tip because it's what separates the lions from the sheep from a communication perspective. This is what you do. You bring the best people from your network to your presentation, but this time it's not just about giving you feedback. It's becoming and making your life a nightmare. So what I used to do when I competed professionally is my friends would drill down every little criticism, every hole that they could find in my presentation until they had nothing for me. So for 4 to 5 hours straight, my friends would go, go to slide 27, Brendan. What do you mean by this? What do you mean you grew up in Montreal? Montreal is a cool city. Why is that a challenge for you in your life? And then I go, well, because I didn't know how to speak French, and that's why I struggled presenting. And then my friends would look at me and go, okay, well, you should mention that in your presentation, because a lot of people who live in Montreal, rather don't live in Montreal, will look at you and say, well, I don't understand why that's an issue. So notice how my friends are poking little holes into my presentation until it's absolutely spotless. And that's how you become perfect, not by just attaining it, but rather chasing it. And say, how do I keep making this better? Even when I started MasterTalk, I was literally in my mother's basement. And from day one of starting the channel, I would ask feedback to everybody I knew. But I was very specific about that feedback. I only wanted negative criticism. Hey, Bren, you're doing this wrong. Why are you still in your mother's basement? You should professionalize this. You should hire somebody to help you. You should be more enthusiastic on camera. Make your ideas simpler to understand to other people. Not everyone's a communication expert like you. So notice how through that iteration, I get better. The other piece to criticism is have your audience or the people in your group ask you very difficult questions about your presentation. Hey, Brent, did you think of that? What about this? What about this scenario? So when they're asking you a bunch of questions, I call this the question drill. It makes your presentation bulletproof because when you go back to your audience and they ask you a ton of hard questions, you're never going to be stressed or worried because you'll already know the answer to 95% of the questions they'll be asked. And that's how you bulletproof a deck. Excellence, as Vince Lombardi says so well, is to chase after perfection. Because when we make a decision to chase after perfection, that's when we get the result. So I encourage all of you today, if you only get one thing, it's to chase excellence because you'll definitely catch it. Not by doing a million different things, but by doing 3 things really, really well. Get an audience together. Get friends to give you feedback. Ask really hard questions and take some time to reflect on what do I want my audience to actually take away from this presentation? Because that's what will change your delivery. And as always, if you enjoyed this week's episode of MasterTalk, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well to see more videos like this. And I also do a free communication training every 2 weeks over Zoom. So if you want to see me live, you can register for a training in the link below. Can't wait to see you there. And as always, if you know one person who can really use some help to structure their presentations better, be sure to send them this video so that they'll be one step closer to mastering their talk. Take care, everyone. See you next time.